Welcome back to X's Chopper Blog, Chop Blog. Hope everybody's having a good day, good week. It's almost Christmas. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Been a little strange around here, so I don't know what's going on for Christmas. I'm sure we'll have a dinner or something. Haven't really been in the Christmas fucking spirit this year. Just have way too much going on. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base. We broke 400 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Fucking from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You guys are awesome. I hope I earn your fucking subscription to keep coming back. I know it gets slow around the winter times here, but of course it's slow all the time around here, huh? Anyway, I want to give a shout out to all my people, all my new subscribers. How you doing? Thank you. Keep coming back. Hopefully we got some more content coming up that you'll enjoy. Got Brother AJ in his interview. Trying to get that one going too. But anyway, shout out to Chopper Nation, Bagger Nation, Two Wheel Nation. I'm brain dead tonight. Navajo Nation, Slickhead Custom Nation, Sketchy Hippie Chopper Corner Nation, Edzella 74 Nation, Left Hand Motor Nation, Rooney Nation, Slut Nation, Baby Nation, so I want to thank all of you guys for coming back and watching, and I want to thank all of you new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I haven't gotten much done fucking last couple days because I'm still waiting on fucking hardware to show up. Had to order a bunch of different size bolts and shit. So hopefully we'll figure something out with that here real soon. And I haven't gotten on that. The reason I haven't gotten on, it's fucking been like 8 degrees, 12 degrees. 27 degrees, 32 degrees. Today's the first day it got over 40. Fucking in forever. So, I had to build a fire because it's fucking after dark, so it's really cooling down. I think it's, I'll check and see real quick. I think it's 5:09, December 14th. And it's not, 39 degrees. So it's 39 degrees, so there we are. Probably make this one short because I ain't got a whole lot to do, but I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Keep coming back and fucking enjoy. Rubber side down, sunny side up.
We're back. Been about a week in between times or whatever, I guess, but I guess you say you can see her good?
Yep.
But my old Rottweiler, it's my second one. She's a rescue dog, so was my first one. But I went to the vet the other day, and I wasn't in a very good mood. And kind of the reason I'm doing this, maybe it'd take my mind off of, she's full of cancer. She ain't gonna be lasting much longer. And she actually saved my life. I live in a little 30-foot trailer. 5-6 years ago. She's 11 now. She was a year when I got her. But I got gas from my furnace that was pumping back in my trailer, and she jumped up on me and scratched the hell out of me and got me drug out of bed, and I got the door and got fresh air. So this dog literally saved my life, or I wouldn't be sitting here running my head. And she always did get a steak on payday and all kinds of good treats, pure jerky rather than dog treats, all kinds of things like that. But like this morning, she got sweet cornbread with a big old thick layer. She loves chicken. I I buy them roasted chickens at Walmart. Big thick layer of chicken. Then I bought a London broil. I cut off big strips and put them on top. So she's gonna eat like a queen before she goes, before that shit gets in her lungs. It's in her lungs, but she can still breathe a little bit. It's in the joint of her arm. I know we're supposed to talk about motorcycles, and I love this dog like my daughter. I was raised like that anyway. Anybody that saves your life, be it a brother, a friend, even an enemy, you better treat them motherfuckers good if they saved your bacon. You don't got no class. But but anyway, where did I leave off last time about?
We were leaving off about,
I watched that last one. I was talking about when the old man drove home. He let me on the motorcycle, and then you ended it where at?
Basically we ended it at where you were giving a description. The choke was real nice. It was all brand new.
Yeah. I'll try to pick up where we started from. Always was an airhead. Now I'm old and I'm like that fucking Biden, Mr. fucking Alzheimer's motherfucker. I can't remember nothing. I get hyped up. I talk. I don't pronounce words because I watched the two that he made. It's kind of embarrassing. Then I get off subject and everything else. But anyway, he said it left off around where I was talking about the choke. It was real new looking. Had the C on it. Everything on it was real nice. And I wrote it right. But anyway, so time went on, and I got thinking. I think I was about 13 then. Okay, early 13, because the bike was a 62, and it was 63. It must have been right after Kennedy got shot. Right before that, in 63, is when I got it, I think. I don't know how many months. But anyway, so time went on, and by the time I got 17, when I was 17, I bought a 48 Indian Chief for 150 bucks. Got a picture of it somewhere, I don't know where. Oh, Michael G's sitting on it in this picture, a brother that broke me out here a few years later. When I zoomed off to the big city like New York City, Casper, Wyoming, which back then it might have had 30,000 people maybe, if that. It's got like 50 or something now. This is a boom state for the oil fields, so Casper, Rock Springs, and Gillette was the two main big boom towns, but it was booming all over the state. But anyway, so time went by, and I got to where I got to ride it whenever I wanted to, pretty much. At first, you know, I kind of just wait till he got home or that kind of shit. But anyway, I got to where I could ride it pretty much any time I wanted. Hell, I don't know where to start because I got stories. I had a friend with polio, because polio was back in them days. From the waist down, he couldn't walk or nothing. He used to have to hang by a bar in his house to straighten his spine. Lived across from my uncle. I wasn't supposed to. We knew he wasn't supposed to get on it, but he did. Because the poor bastard, he wanted to do things all the rest of us was doing, and he tried like hell. Sometimes he got things done. Mike Elder was his name. I don't know if he's still alive or not. He's about my age. But I remember I was riding. I'll just come up with a story about it. A funny fucking story. But anyway, he lived right across from my uncle. His dad worked for my uncle running equipment or something. My uncle had a little construction outfit. 10, 15 guys, if that many. But anyway, I was roaring around on it, and it was summertime. By the way, Wyoming is the asshole of the fucking world in the winter when it's cold. But it's God's country in the summertime because there ain't a lot of people here in these mountains and deserts and everything else. But anyway, I went by his house. I don't know if he was hanging by that bar. They lived in a trailer. And he had a porch built on. And his dad had set a deal up where he could hang out there on the porch. Just straighten his spine. Fucking cigarettes are killing me. That's what's going to get me. Nothing else got me, but these fuckers are going to. But fucking, I ain't got sense enough. I'm too weak to quit. I like it too much, what can I say? But anyway, I stopped in there. And it might have been the first time I stopped in on the bike to show him the bike, because I'd show the bike to everybody. I was showing it off. And everybody else was riding little, like, 90 Super Rock Hondas, or 350 Dream Hondas, 450 Dream Hondas, that kind of stuff. Or little Kawasaki's or whatever. And my bike, all the kids anyway, my bike was a lot bigger and everything else. Like I say, it was like a little dresser. You can see the picture. But anyway, and it's a good thing I had that big old fucking ugly pea pad on the back for the passenger. But anyway, I stopped in to see Mike there, and he come out and he's looking at it and he wanted to go for a ride. And I being the idiot that I was, I wasn't thinking. I told him, well, you can't sit on it. He said, I can sit side saddle like a broad. He had them aluminum crutches with those aluminum cuff things or whatever they was on his arms to walk. But anyway, he climbs on it and he's got his crutches with him. And fucking off we go. And he's just tickled to death. Oh, fuck. Mike was way cool. I wish I could have let him ride it. I didn't let too many people ride it. Skipper Davies, my oldest friend, he got to ride it, drive it. But fucking, there's a bunch of stores there too with it. But fucking, so we take off and we're blasting around town, and I was always a show off. Probably still am, I guess. Fucking, always fucking rat racing around. We're roaring around on this fucking Cushman, man. And Main Street in Lander, Wyoming, when you're from east to west, it's a highway all the way through town. But you drive all the way through town, and that takes a real big bend corner. And the high school used to sit right there. And so we're driving around, and we're headed east, and I get hauling ass. I think we rode around for quite a while before I wrecked. But I was hauling ass trying to show off, and I had him on the back. And I hit that, and that's probably the first scary wreck I had. I don't know, I probably maybe wrecked on somebody else's little bike, fell over or whatever, not going very fast. But I was probably going 40, 45 miles an hour, which people think that ain't fast. If you think 20 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour ain't fast, 10, 15, 20 miles an hour ain't fast, just get in the back of a truck, tell them to yell when they reach 15, 20 miles an hour, and jump out of the back of the truck. You'll find out it's a lot faster than what you think it is. It's like looking at something, because I was iron worker, I worked heights, derricks on drilling rigs, but fucking you look up at something where you're gonna climb up there and fucking hang some iron, and you look up and it don't look that bad. It's like 10 foot don't look like shit till you stand there 10 foot looking down. For some reason, to me anyway, looks a lot further. But anyway, I come hauling ass into that corner. Down we go. And they had a cement medium all the way through town on the highway, right in the middle. 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes going the other way. Back then it might have been just 1 lane. It's 2 lanes now. I think it was 1 lane back then. But they had a center divider all the way through town. And like I say, it's the highway going up to Du Bois that you go to Yellowstone on, whatever highway that is. But anyway, down we go. I mean, scared the living fucking shit out of me. And his crutches go flying. He's got these braces on his legs. I think the braces stayed on his legs. Steel braces like Roosevelt had. But fucking, anyway, and we stopped. We got road rash like a motherfucker. Shaking, quivering and quivering like a wore-out Waukesha motor, like the rednecks used to say. I got my redneck sarcasm. Most of my smart-ass shit like that come from rednecks. But anyway, we gathered and there was a guy that lived on the inside, straight across from the old man. Lived straight across from the high school there, and right there in the middle of that corner, pretty much. And he had an old motel. He had an old Model T in the garage too. It was like brand new, shiny and everything. Every now and then he'd drag that old Model T out, which I could give a shit in them days. And he would drive that Model T around. It was like brand fucking new. Run good. He'd go up there, crank it up because you cranked it in the front. But it was in really good shape. But anyway, he heard it or seen it or something. And he come out there and I can't remember. Didn't rip the carburetor off. He helped me pick it up. He got Mike picked up. And we went over there. He had a little parking lot. It wasn't very big. Little dirt parking lot. We pushed it over there and set it up. Well, it had electric starter on it too, which I used most of the time because I didn't like kicking the fucking thing. But fucking, which is pretty amazing. And this is probably, by now this is probably 1965, early 66, just before I went to reform school for stealing cars, like I did the 58. I started stealing. I'd go out hitchhiking. I'd get lazy. In them days, a lot of times they leave the keys in them at the parking lots. I'd go over those parking lots in the middle of the night and find one of those keys in it, little gas. I'd drive until I run out of gas and then go back to hitchhiking. But anyway, there was 5 or 6 of us got caught joyriding. Everybody ratted me off. I'm the only one that didn't rat. The old man slapped me for it. He said, tell them they was involved. I wouldn't do it. I just was never a rat. But anyway, fucking, because when you was a kid, everybody beat you up too, and it didn't matter. They wasn't even involved. That's how it was. Somebody goes, well, he ratted what's his name off last week for breaking in the liquor store, but knocking the window out, and we did that too, and steal booze. But fucking, where did we get around? People wasn't related at all, way far from it. But everybody got down on you in them days. You was a fucking rat, so you was kind of fucked. But I probably would have if I wouldn't have. I was more scared of getting beat up and shunned than I was fucking anything else. And then later on, when you're a kid, you get scared and you think about it. But anyway, he gathers us up. We go over in the parking lot, and I can't remember. I don't think I tore anything up. I don't know. I might have broken a mirror or something. It had more road rash on it. I think the saddlebag. It had crash bars on it. Seems like, maybe not. What I thought was cool, and I still think's cool, it had taillights in the saddlebags that worked. And that 64 Panda Aces, I can't remember if I put taillights in them saddlebags.
I think you did.
The more lights you put on them fucking garbage wagons, that's why I like choppers, stripped down to bare bones. Less shit on them motherfuckers, the better. And they're Harleys, and the ones we got were all wore out by the time we got them most of the time. So they didn't have a chance, and we run the fuck out of them like fucking nitro cars, nitro bikes. I got a fucking chopper Harley, it'd go a million miles an hour, run the guts out of those old poor old panheads and flats and knucks, those little FLs and all that, ELs. But anyway, so we got fired up. I take him home or something. And he's all skin up. We're both all skin up, right? Fucking, I go home and shit. Word gets back to my parents, I had Mike Elder on there. First, I get jacked up for wrecking the fucking thing and driving too fast. Then I can't remember if I got grounded off of it or what. But anyway, fucking, and then word got back that I had Mike Elder on there with me, the polio guy, when we fucking wrecked. He was all skin up. You didn't lie. You could lie to him, but you get 2 whoopings. If you don't lie, you get 1 whooping, so you get your choice. And usually the second one's worse because they're more mad. And I'm sure I lied. I don't know if I got a whooping or I don't know if he did, but anyway. So I got in a bunch of shit for that. That was pretty fucking funny. But fucking, and then I had this other neighbor, Dennis Anderson. This motherfucker was an acid head. He'd eat 5-10 hits of acid at a fucking time. One time, across from my uncle's house, just damn near in front of Mike Elder's house, there was a big old, I don't know what it was for, but it was a big old, it was about 3 times bigger than a telephone post. It was a big old post in the ground. It was probably about this high. Just cut off flat on top. One time he's all loaded on acid. Middle of summer, he crawls up there, crosses his fucking legs, and sits there and stares at the sun out of his mind on fucking acid. I only did this shit twice in my life. First time I did a 4-way hit of Orange Sunshine in fucking Washington Park in Denver. because nobody else could score but me from the hippies, because I was all dirty and I was probably the first sidewalk commando. With that on my back right there, didn't have all that stuff on it. It was pretty much nude, but fucking. But I had a Beatle haircut. I was more raggedy looking, trashier looking than Dean Axtell and Skip and Mike Griffin. And they sent me out there, and I think the shit was like 50 cents a hit or something. It wasn't much. I had no clue. I never got high on weed or nothing else. And they said, I'll take this. It's like going to Disneyland. I went to Disneyland for 3 decades. Jesus fucking Christ. Hyperventilate and think I was having heart attacks for a long time. Because I'm real hyper. Some people shouldn't do drugs. Some people shouldn't drink. I'm one of the motherfuckers that shouldn't drink and shouldn't be doing drugs. Because I always start shit. And then the drugs I just can't handle. It just freaks me out. I can't smoke weed. I've tried a few times. But fucking, anyway. So, he climbs up on this post all loaded. If you ever did eat acid, it was so heavy you wasn't even there. And all the hallucinations, you could feel them. You thought that was reality. You know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been there, you don't know what I'm talking about. A little bit, maybe. But anyway, he's sitting up there on that thing staring at the sun. Just staring straight in the sun like that. He about blind, fucked his eyes up, too.
Not bad.
Did. And I can't remember. Oh, my Aunt Dolly. It was, Dolly and Vern, my aunt and uncle, nicest people you ever met. But anyway, and Vern was one of those craftsmen. Give him a rock, some dirt, and a pile of shit, he'll build you a jet plane. I swear to God, those guys, there was 3 or 4 of them in Lander that was just, could do anything. All of us, it's like Jesse James has got a thing on the YouTube I've seen. And Jesse James, pretty talented guy. And he did it in honor of the real ones. And the 2 Easy Riders bikes were built by a black man in the Bay Area. And they were riding and building bikes like that way before that. And he give them credit. And these other guys, all these, there was 2 black guys. The original black guy, and I can't remember his name. And Sugar Bear's one of them, but I think there was one before Sugar Bear.
Right.
The Sugar Bear, when he's a kid, he hung around,
learned from him, right?
And he built springers, frames, he did it all. But anyway, it was a black man, I think it was that original guy, built the 2 bikes for the Easy Rider, because I seen an interview with Peter Fonda, and I think one time he said it was Mexicans that built them, but it wasn't. I don't know why he said that. But these black cats, it's like the Bay Area Dragons. They hang out with the Hells Angels, have from day one, this and that. They all get along to go to each other's houses. The national president of the Dragons and Barger were tight, you know. People don't realize. Being who I was, we as a minority. Back in the old days, it wasn't popular. At all. Even for the dresser riders. People, there's them trashy motorcycle rider guys a lot of times, right? But when the chopper shit started happening in the fucking early 60s or whatever it was after the bobber stuff, which is my era, I'm second generation basically. But fucking, everybody hated you. It was because of them fucking movies. And I thought those movies was real, and I was out there trying to copy them movies till I got around the HA and around a guy that was around some of the first HA, this and that. There's a little truth to that, but not much. It's like watching Vietnam movies. Same thing, you talk to a guy that was over there, they'll tell you, yeah, it's a little bit like it here and there, but we didn't look like that or do that. It's like everybody said, everybody liked to used to get high. I've talked to guys that did, but I talked to a hell of a lot more guys that said, fuck you, I wasn't getting high. I wanted all my senses all the fucking time. I didn't want to get my ass shot off being stupid high and shit. But I've heard more people say that than I have the ones talking about getting high and going out there and creeping around like CCR running through the jungle. You better not walk slow, boy, because the devil's on the loose. But anyway, I love that song. I try to learn how to play it. I try to learn how to play everything. But anyway, so I get in trouble and all that horse shit on that one. And then my folks, tell me to cut the grass, take the mower around, cut the grass, give me some spending money. They give us a little allowance. I can't remember how much it was. It was pretty good. It was like fucking $1 a week or something, which was a lot of money in them days when you buy a Coke for I think a nickel or a dime.
Right.
Fucking Snickers or a payday for a nickel or a dime. So, but anyway, and it wouldn't take me much to use up my little allowance money putting gas in, and gas was way cheap. Gas was only like 23 cents a gallon, 19 to 23 cents or somewhere in there. The tank on it, I think it held a couple gallons. It wasn't as big as Harley, the small 3.5 gallon fat bobs before they come out with 5 gallons in 65, but they were 3.5. I think the Cushman held a couple gallons, gallon and a half, couple gallons. But anyway, I'd use my money up, and I'd be just about be out of gas. I was a conniving little motherfucker. I think most kids are. And I just lived on that thing. Oh my God, I just loved that motherfucker. I used to drive it out on the reservation too. It was dangerous now, but it was worse then. Go down the res, they don't like fucking old white eyes. Fucking, you had to be careful. A carload of drunk Indians run you off the road, chase you down, beat the fuck out of you. They would too. Fucking, every now and then some killings. We had a reservation, Shawnee and Arapaho was on it. Wind River Reservation. I think it's one of the biggest ones in the United States, and they scored because they got a bunch of the fucking mountains and shit. They said I think they did better than any other Indian tribe. And I had a few real good friends that was Indians. But anyway, so what I do is I figured out I had enough gas to drive out in the country and make it back into town just in case. But I would drive out in the country and I spot a farmhouse. And those farmers always had, usually farmers, sometimes ranchers, but mostly farmers. Most of them ranchers and farmers around there. There was some just pure ranchers, which hated farmers and sheep herders.